All right, guys, do not change the channel. Yes, I lost my black hat and I got a new one, but today it's a throwback Monday to a cigar that we smoked a long time ago that we're bringing back right now, all next on the Zeal Cigar Review. All right, JB, dude, when's the last time you smoked this cigar?
I don't even know. I actually made Dave smoke it when he came and helped out last week.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was like, I think I've smoked everything in here now. You know, I work every Saturday, man, and I just smoke it all.
Okay. And
I was like, no, you haven't. Smoke this. And he was like, I don't think I've smoked it yet. And I was like, see, you haven't smoked everything.
Do you like it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't remember. I can't honestly answer that. You'd have to ask Dave. But I like it.
It's very few times that I can't remember what I smoked and when I smoked it. I can't tell you the last time. It has to be a year at least since I smoked this cigar. And I can't tell you, like, when the last time I actually smoked this cigar. I remember smoking it the very first time and really liking it, but I don't remember any of the flavors or anything else like that. And, of course, we are talking about the Retro Ape. It's a throwback with a shaggy foot and an absolutely beautiful, beautiful Sumatra wrapper on there. So in order to get in these cigars, you know what we got to do? We got to cut, light, and smoke. Go Zyphy, man. Killing the game with these new accessories.
Dude, I love these types, these old school click
Isn't
downs.
that great?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's just such a clean action. You just want to sit there and click it all day.
It's like Winston Churchill-ish, right? Now, the one thing about a shaggy foot that I really do enjoy is that you get two different flavors. You get, you know, basically the filler binder, and then you get the wrapper flavor in there. First puff, what are you tasting, dude?
A little bit of nuttiness, some little bit of spice, some earthiness.
Yeah, a little bit of spice, not a ton. Not a ton of pepper or anything. Oh, that finish is sweet. Oh, on the finish, when all the smoke's out of your mouth and you're kind of doing the old lip smack, that's good.
Yeah, it's like a sweet coffee note.
Absolutely. Yeah, so far, this is really good. Now, shaggy foots aren't necessarily the most popular cigars out there, probably because the burn gets a little wonky on them. You gotta tease them out a little bit with a flame in order to get it exactly where you want it to go.
I've started recommending shaggy foot cigars to people who are kind of just like, when people start asking questions about wrapper, binder, filler, does size matter, those kind of questions, I usually will hand them a shaggy foot and say, smoke this and then tell me the wrapper doesn't make a huge difference on what the cigar tastes like, without tearing up a cigar and ripping, you know, a beautiful wrapper off something just to smoke the binder.
Well, I would definitely agree with that the wrapper does make all the difference in a cigar. I'm just now getting into the wrapper. Thick, dense smoke, I like that. But again, the shaggy foot, you kind of have to tease it around a little bit so you get the wrapper lit exactly the way that you want it to. Yeah, there is a little bit of spice, a little bit of a kick.
Bit.
Not bad. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't call it an extreme amount of pepper. I'll say it's like a 4.
It's up front.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hang around. The aroma's nice off that too.
I like the thickness and the denseness of the smoke in particular. That's really, really, really delicious.
I'm just now starting to get to the point where I'm going to get the wrapper.
Yeah, me too. I still got to tease it around because it's canoeing on one side because I didn't light it right. And this is important. Yeah, you definitely want to light it right.
Every time you say canoeing, I'm just going to start canoeing.
It's canoeing. I don't even know who made that term up, canoeing. But
I mean, that is
a canoe.
The process of hollowing out the middle of a giant tree to make a canoe.
There, now.
The transition point's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting until I get through it, but yeah, you get a weird mix of stuff with that transition.
Sweet, beautiful pepper, nice spice, generous wood and coffee notes. That's what I have at this point in the cigar.
See, now that I'm getting more of the wrapper, I feel like I got less spice on the Retro Hail.
I still get a little bit of spice. And I'm into the wrapper a little bit.
I get it in the mouth, but I didn't have it on that Retro Hail. Could have just been that.
It could have been.
Could have just been that puff, but.
It's interesting that the smoke thins a little bit when you get into the wrapper. Like, I felt like the smoke was more dense before, but now that I'm in the wrapper, I feel like it's not.
I could understand that, because the shaggy foot, in my opinion, might be a little bit drier. So it might produce a little bit more smoke just from being a little bit drier. And then when you get to the wrapper, it might actually slow that burn down a little bit.
You are 100% correct in saying that as you get into the wrapper, it does get a little more creamy, a little more sweet in particular. When you get those bellows out of your mouth, when I'm talking about those bellows, I'm talking about this. That thick, rich smoke. That's what I want out of almost every cigar that I smoke. I hate the thin smoke, and you can pull through it. You don't get a ton of smoke. I really like the smokiness. I'm smoking a cigar. I want to smoke it. When I think of retro ape, I think about the retro time. And the 80s and the 90s are a big thing right now. I just watched a new...
Don't call it a comeback?
Yeah, it's been here for years. I mean, Gen X, you know what I'm talking about? So I just watched a video, a movie last weekend called Totally Dead or Totally Murdered or something like that. And it's a throwback to a girl. She was with her family in like 2023, and her mom and dad were like popular in high school, and she gets in this like game machine at an old arcade that was broken down at the time that she lived in 2023, and she gets transported back to like 1990 or 1989.
Jumanji?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that, but it was like it was really crazy because
Tron?
What?
Tron?
No. The movie Time Machine. She went back to when her mom and dad were in high school and saw them, and they were like, you know, the most popular kids in school, well fit and everything. It was pretty fun. And she's trying to stop a murder from happening. That's the whole gist of it. So, but it was like 80s and 90s all over again. It was pretty fun, pretty exciting, and 80s and 90s were a good time. If you're out there and you remember the 80s and 90s, drop a comment below and tell me what was your favorite part of the 80s and 90s. So you're obviously a 90s kid. What's your favorite time of the 90s?
Dude, what'd I do last week? What'd I do on Thursday?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I came to work in a very unique way.
Oh, you rode your bicycle.
Dude, I rode my old Haro, bro.
Yeah.
Nyquist X2 back trail, bro.
Yeah, your BMX, right?
Yeah, dude.
BMX bike. Yeah, dude. That's kind of
like,
fun.
in the 90s, bro, like, when we lived, especially when we lived in Cleveland, because when we lived out on the farm, you ain't riding your bike nowhere. If you are, you're just going down the street and back. But when I lived in the Medina area, dude, I rode my bike everywhere. Like, my bike probably had more miles on it than my first car.
Oh, I don't doubt
My Chevelle.
that. Yeah.
My bike had more miles on it than my Chevelle.
I don't doubt that at all, dude. I don't doubt that at all. Yeah,
I rode it to school every day in middle school. I rode it to the rec center and home. I'd go play basketball for like 8 hours, then ride it home. And that was a good trip. Even, I think, good 10 minutes even in a car. So it was probably a good ride. Dude, I used to ride everywhere, bro. I loved that about the 90s. You could go anywhere.
My favorite part about the 80s is when...
it goes back a decade.
Yeah, we got to go back a decade for me. Probably the 80s was probably when Michael Jackson stuff started coming out. I remember Thriller when it came out. We got the cassette tape. That was pretty fun.
I let my tape pop.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
Tape rocked.
I remember when the NES system came out, the Nintendo NES. I remember playing Super Mario Bros. with my buddy Jeremy Luniak and Mike O'Leary at Mike's house because he was the only one that had one.
Dude, I played Mega Man.
Oh, I remember Mega Man.
A lot of Mega Man.
That was huge. Yeah,
some Super Mario, like some Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers.
Duck Hunt, dude.
But
that was huge.
The Sega was probably the big introduction into. We had a Sega. I don't remember if it was a Sega CD or a Sega Saturn. But it was the one that had the disc set on the side of it where you could put a CD in.
Yeah.
And, dude, my dad loved playing some golf game. I wish I remembered what it was, I'd say.
Okay.
And then, dude, he loved Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
So, yeah, me and my dad first bonded really early over video games.
Okay.
I just don't think he realized it until a lot later.
Okay.
But, yeah, dude, we would play Mortal Kombat. And he always used Raiden, dude, and I hated it. I hate it when he used Raiden. Yeah, dude, Mortal Kombat.
Well, drop one of your favorite, like, memories from the 80s or 90s below in the comment because we want to hear about yours. We're going to come back here in a few minutes to tell you how these cigars are actually progressing. If mine tends to burn better because I lit it wrong when I began, but you won't because you're more intelligent than I am. But we'll be right back.
All right, guys, we're back, and I'll be honest, I haven't eaten anything today, and this little guy snuck up on me just a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of forgot that there was some Lajero with some of that Nicaraguan filler in there, and it sneaks up on you a little bit, but I also remember why we called it the Retro 8.
Why is that?
It's just got this really unique, like, jungly sweetness to it. That's the best way I can put it.
Jungly sweetness?
Yeah, there's like almost like some fruity floralness to it, but it's very faint. And then it kind of punches you in the mouth.
I will say this, throughout the cigar, I got notes of nuttiness, creaminess, coffee, and a slight sweet tinge of caramel on the finish of the cigar. So, again, pretty good fall cigar.
Very good.
Pretty good fall cigar. I'm absolutely liking it. So I know we should have came back here, probably give you the second third of the cigar. We were too busy smoking it and got busy in the shop. But I will say this, it's an absolute banger of a cigar. I think it's a very good cigar. I really do. So, have you had the Retro Ape before? If you have, drop a comment below and let us know what you thought about the Retro Ape. And, again, your favorite 80s or 90s or even early 2000s, if you're in Justin's age range. And let us know your favorite thoughts of that era. So, for the Zeal Cigar Review, I've been Bradley, he's been JB, and we're out of here like last year. Peace.